The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
We return to Seathwaite, where the city glitters but hides a dark and dangerous underbelly. Two brothers, Locke and Key, are tasked with an assassination that will rock the city to its core. But are these wretched villains up to the task? Seathwaite is cutthroat, cruel, and unforgiving. Can Locke and Key keep their heads when all hell breaks loose? And who is the mysterious figure known as the Weasel? And will he be friend or foe?
Hi guys, welcome to episode 20 of season 9 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Thanks very much for being my friends. Enjoy the episode!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to another episode of the Formal Gamer. It is about to go down. We've had a bit of an experimental season where the party made a plan about how to accomplish their mission of killing several key figures at the Henkel Jenkel's White Castle, the party palace. And in their mission planning, they've all decided to split up, which means over the course of the last 4-ish episodes, we've had them all playing separately and none of them listening to each other. And what has actually happened miraculously is nothing's gone terribly wrong. So, Lance, who at the moment is supposed to not be listening but doing a very bad job. So Lance at the moment has been, his mission has been to sneak into the cog room. That's the mechanism for the castle lift. He's supposed to have smashed up the cogs in the castle lift, readying it for when the lift goes up to the very top. He can break all those cogs down, and the lift carrying Leiluan, their target, will drop down into the moat, which is full of hungry and frustrated crocodiles. Now, while on that expedition, he's pretty much got in there straight away, and he's come into problems with some little mechanical friends that are there to autonomously fix any issues with the cogs. So he's been in there pretty much the whole time. Then we've had Key. Key has been, after getting his brother Locke, his half-elfish brother Locke, into the VIP party, is now hiding around with explosives. He dodged a bullet where he almost got involved in a gang of jackals who were trying to steal the bounty, steal the kill of Leiluan. But they essentially got set up in a trap by the Centaur Guard. So at the moment, Key's been very well behaved. Now, Locke ultimately is the one who's been slowly stalking around the party. He's listened to some of Jenkel. He's been after the campaign manager, Sneedle, who's the one running the show. And he has snuck into Sneedle's office. He's eavesdropped on his meetings. He's found out some information about why Sneedle's doing what he's doing. But ultimately, he's got back up onto the roof where he can see over the whole of the activity. Henkel Jenkel is now on the balcony giving a speech, and Leiluan is heading to the lift after a delay with some jackals that attacked his carriage. And that is where she will start. So the most important place to start, I think, is back with Lance. So Lance,
yeah,
you're in a pretty good position now. Well, you're beaten to shit.
Look, my friend, I'm always in a good position, eh? I'm never in a bad position.
Yes.
Sometimes my luck does not go the way I want to, though. But it doesn't mean I'm not in a good position. Because right now, I have completed my primary aim.
So, at the moment, top cog is completely ruined.
Yeah. Yeah, that lift, that pagoda is not getting to the top, my China.
Okay. What are you going to do? What are you going to be up to?
Well, now I'm going to have a little rest. In fact, no, I apologise. Now I'm going to have a rest. And now, then, when it starts, I'm going to go down and potentially try and make this pagoda fall into the moat.
Lovely. Right, perfect. So
I've considered my escape plan might be to go through the top loft hatch into the library, or potentially back through the gates towards the crocodiles.
Okay.
I do feel a sort of debt towards my teethy friends down the bottom. So at some point I would like to go and destroy the lock to let those little fellas into the castle. But we'll have to see how this pans out.
I guess so. So are you going to wait for what you hear is some kind of sign from the other side?
Well, how long do I have, do I think?
Well, you think it's a couple of minutes to 9.
Because I heard
You can
explosions, eh?
Yeah, you can hear Jankel. You can hear him talking about how what an explosive night it's been, and how it's more explosive than usual, and making jokes and jibes, and the crowd is roaring and being entertained.
Right. I'm going to make my way down to the lower level. I think I need to have a little hug with my wife.
Okay. So at the moment you're hanging off the ladder on the very top.
Yeah.
The middle platform is kind of in a bad way, quite a bit.
How many platforms are there?
There's 3 platforms. There's one at the
right.
bottom on the far left, one in the middle, and then you're on off a ladder on the top right.
Yeah,
one.
it's got a hole in the middle, but it's still hanging, eh?
Roundabouts, yeah. It's had quite a lot of acid sprayed on it. It's still hanging roughly to piece, in one piece. So, okay, you want to go down to the very bottom?
Yeah, I want to go down to the bottom to see my wife.
Okay.
Yeah. So do I make it? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you go. Yeah, you go
yeah.
all the way down. Yeah.
Yeah.
You use the ladder. You're going down, plodding
Yeah.
away.
I
You're at the
sit
bottom.
down,
You get some
sit down
squeaking.
and I snuggle with her.
Yeah.
You know, I hug. I would be fine, my dear. We might have to put off our engagement for dinner until a little bit later. I'll be honest, I feel a little bit worse for wear, and I might need a lion in the morning. However, we must persevere through all adversity, because if we don't get the money, and then we can't have our children, eh? So we work towards the common ends, you and I. And you are an equal part in this. Now, so it's like 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
How dangerous do I think, Jenny, because we talked about this with the others, how dangerous do I think it would be to send her off to find lock or key?
I would say that she's quite quick and agile.
Well, yeah, she's a weasel.
And she's quite stealthy as well.
Yeah.
She does get seen. She's
She's very pretty as well, eh?
Well, yes.
Yeah, the lovely white tummy and,
Yes.
the brown shoulders,
Yeah, I've
eh?
hit that. Don't worry.
And like a dark little end bit on the tail.
Yes.
Yeah, and her nose does a little cute little thing when she smiles, eh?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very nice. So you think she'll be quite adept
Yeah,
at
don't be
running
looking
through?
at her like that, though, eh?
Yeah, well,
Because she is my wife.
yeah, but before
My
you know,
wife.
yeah, I've known her for a long time, so.
Yeah, I'll continue.
So the problem is you don't really know where any of them are.
No, that's why I'll send her out, I think.
Yeah, so she's gonna have to just like look around for a while.
Yeah.
So, but you think she's fairly good at being subtle, and even in a busy environment, you know, picking her spots for running and stuff. And she's so quick, even if someone sees her, they wouldn't be like,
Yeah,
able
and
to catch her.
she's met the lock and key before, so she would know.
Yes, she would. Yeah, so that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Mama Stella, I must rely on you for a favour now. I think I need you to pass a message to my friend. Hang on a minute. Locke was inside, Key was outside.
Yes.
I need you to find my friend, well, my compatriot, Locke, my fellow worker in this event, and you know, whatever the fuck we're calling this nowadays. Anyway, I need you to go find him, and I need you to tell him that the plan has gone as planned. The pagoda will not make it to the top. I will do my best to make it ditch into the moat. However, there is a possibility that that may not happen. Should that not happen, and possibly I might do this anyway, but there may be a high chance that there may be a significant amount of crocodiles in the lower part of the castle. I need to tell him, as a warning as well, that there is something else in the moat. Something larger than a crocodile. Something that might be incredibly dangerous. And so my advice would be, don't go in the fucking water. Because you might end up in almost as bad shape as I am at the moment.
Squeak.
I also... I need to work out how I'm going to fucking meet them as well. Yeah, so essentially I want her to pass a message that the Cogram mission has been primarily successful, and that there is something else in the moat that might be incredibly dangerous.
Okay. Cool. Wonderful.
Right, and I'm just waiting until I hear some sort of indication that the pagoda is going to go up now.
And with that, you begin to hear some creaking
Right.
from the pagoda.
Once the pagoda goes past well, it's in sections, did you say? Like 5 sections?
There are 5 cogs, yeah.
I've destroyed the top one.
Very top one's destroyed.
Right, once it goes past the first one, I want to destroy the first one.
Okay.
Once it goes past the second, I want to destroy the second.
Yep.
Once it just goes past it, and such until it hits the fourth, at which point it should be balanced on the fourth and there should be no working cogs underneath. However, they shouldn't have realised by that point that there are no...
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
So I'd like to follow it up,
Okay.
one step behind it, destroying the cogs as they were with the acid spray.
Okay, so the clockwork mechanism kicks into action.
Nice.
The girders in the railing begin to move up.
Oh, wait. Miss Stella. I love you. To the bottom of my heart, eh? Right. Continue.
And you see her going to the door.
Be
and
very
then
careful, Miss Stella.
looking through the door, like, stealthily, like, all hunched down.
More than anything, your safety is of paramount, eh? Do not put yourself at any risk whatsoever.
Yeah, okay.
You are worth more money than anything that we could get from this job.
You get very emotional when
Yeah.
it comes to the big moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
It's my wife, I'm sending her
Okay,
on...
the girder's already at the second one now.
Right, okay. I'd
It's the
like
second-
to spit on the first one.
Okay, right. So I'm going to still be rolling Constitution. So you spit once, it cracks through from the central, like, cog, like the pin that the cog's on,
Yep.
and so it's cracked a little bit, but the outer diameter is still uncracked.
Do I think if it fell down from the fourth, that would probably smash that? Or do I think it needs to go... Do I need to...
You can roll insight for it.
2.
Okay, you're not sure.
Okay.
You're not sure.
And it's up past the second now, is it?
No, it's at the second now.
Right, I'll have to take another spit at it then.
Okay. And you break it. It's cracked all the way through.
Nice, right.
Cool. So you go up to the next
I
platform.
wait till it goes to the third.
Okay, so it's gone up to the third. You've climbed up the platform, so you're now on the platform.
Yep.
And you're spitting at the second one.
Yep.
Ooh, it doesn't break. The acid splashes on it, but it doesn't seem to have worn through. It's too spread.
Okay.
Too thin.
Right, I'm just going to keep going on it
Keep
until
going.
it's
Another
at least
spit.
correct.
Feels weird that I'm rolling, but never mind.
Yeah.
It's the constitution of the... How well the Ferris brothers made these cogs.
Yeah, basically.
You spit, and this time it does. It cracks, half cracks.
Okay.
It's now up to...
The fourth.
It's about to get up to the fourth. So, do you want another spit of this one?
Yes.
Yep. Yep. And you've broken and cracked that one all the way
Right.
through.
Okay.
Up to the third.
Yeah, so now am I standing on the one with the hole in the middle?
Yeah, you bring up the ladder again,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put it on the platform with the hole in the middle. You climb up. It's probably easy just to stay on the ladder and spit, because you're kind of spitting downwards
Yep.
anyway.
Yep.
So you go for a spit, and you're doing some wonderful spitting right now.
Yeah, I'm well practiced, eh?
Yeah. So you crack it. You partially crack it. You go again. I'm guessing.
Yep.
Doesn't crack that time.
Okay. But it's at the... Is it towards the broken cog at the moment?
It is. It's now on the fourth one, about to get to the fifth.
Okay. I've still got time, it's fine.
Yeah. Go for another spit.
Yes, yep.
So you're on the third, spitting away.
I take a little drink from a flask, because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting...
It's a lot of spitting, guys.
yeah, there's a lot of spitting, man.
Just in the spray.
Yeah.
And that cracks all the way through. First cog, second cog, and third cog are now absolutely...
Say that quickly, eh?
Wello. They're all cracked all the way through. And
Right.
it's now moves up to the fifth cog. It has no purchase. It kind of just shudders down back onto the fourth one.
Yep.
And the mechanism's just going around and not doing anything. It's kind of stuck in place.
Do I hear anything? I can't see through, can I?
No, the other side is blacked out. You're not quite sure what they've done, but there's not like massive sight line through this ridge.
All right.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything?
You can just hear the shuddering and the whirling of the machinery, because it's got quite loud in here now, it's machinery.
Did I have... By the way, so... Other than my knowledge that this would only be used for VIPs, did I have any indication that... Were there trumpets or anything? Did I have any indication that Llewellyn was on there?
No, nothing that stands out.
Here's to hoping, huh?
Oh, no, that's not true, actually, because Henkel Jenkel was being piped all throughout the place, so you can hear him giving a running commentary.
Oh, yeah, and
he beckons Llewellyn up.
right.
So, Llewellyn, come on up! This is kind of catchphrase. And
so
that's when the cogs started moving.
Okay, does he say... Because obviously this is time critical, but does he say anything when the pagoda stops?
No. Jankel isn't saying anything.
Right. And it's definitely 30 feet from the top. And his commentary stopped, has it? Is he just gone silent?
Yes. No, there's no thing at the moment.
Right. Best get to spitting then, my friend.
Go for it. Right, so you're doing another spit?
Yeah, well, I think we've reached the point where if it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not, then...
Well, the whole campaign's been building up to this.
Yeah.
Better hope it works. I've invested a lot into this set piece.
Yeah.
You spit.
Yeah.
The spit hits. It begins to melt. It's looking weak.
Does it...
More shuddering, more creaking.
Right.
It's looking really weak.
Okay. When I do this second spit, because if this works, it's going to sort of cause quite a lot of danger.
Yeah.
I'd like to sort of put as little of my body on offer as possible in case shit starts going down. And as soon as I've... do I want to go up or down? I think I'd like to
I was about to ask you where you are for this last bit.
Yeah, so I'd like to be above it. I feel that might actually
So
be...
you're in the last... On the last
Because I feel
platform.
if it goes down, the explosion might
Yeah.
cause more damage. So I'd like to go up and spit downwards.
Okay, you go up and you spit down.
With the ladder with me.
Yep. Ladder with you. And it wasn't holding up much of a fight. You spit one last time, and the cog rips in two and is fired off the wall.
Yeah, 7-3, motherfuckers.
And with that, we'll have to find out what happens next episode. Only joking, but we will pause it there for a moment. So, we are going back in time slightly, listeners.
Oh.
Back to Locke on the roof, who was there watching as there was a skirmish between some of the centaur guards that hid inside Leluin's carriage. Some jackal thugs tried to break in there and kill him, but they failed, didn't they?
Oh, were they jackal thugs?
Well, shut up, you didn't hear that.
Oh,
Someone else worked that out. I forgot you didn't.
it wasn't me.
And you're watching there nicely. You've heard Jenkel stop when the action was happening.
Yep.
Then he went back on the old voice trumpet and said, well, you know what we do with people like these ruffians? We let the eagle fly. And then he carries on saying, but luckily Leluin, our favoured guest, is safe. And the carriages carry on towards the pagoda.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you watch the carriages come close to the pagoda, roll me a perception check.
Sure. 15 plus 4, 19.
So over the crowd, you hear footsteps coming up the spiral staircase beside you, the spiral staircase that you came up.
Okay.
They continue onwards. Are you looking that way?
So I'm looking out of the balcony. I will be trying to look out the corner of my eye.
Okay. From the corner of your eye, the first thing you see is a red, really big quiff, and then someone emerges from the staircase behind you, and you don't quite see who they are. They had a really big red quiff sticking up in the air.
Does it look like the guards I saw down by the?
You're not sure.
I'm going to turn to look and see who it is.
Okay. You turn and you see a mage that you've seen before, one called Vivian, and she was the one that was handling
the eagle.
The eagle totem.
Okay.
She walks past you, and she walks into the wooden building further along. So she's walking from your staircase all the way across that southern side, so past the two guards, over the top of Henkel Jenkel's balcony, and into the wooden... she opens up the wooden doors. When you look inside there, you can see there's a bright green glow, slightly, and kind of red candle light and red lamp light in there. And it looks like bookcases and some other stuff in there. You can't quite make it out from this distance.
Okay.
And she disappears. Now at last, who do we have?
All three of us.
All three of us. 2 of us.
So there's only 2 of you, is there?
Well,
I've got chocolate in my mouth. I don't know what you want from me.
So many people on this podcast now!
it's like the old days.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's disgusting.
Remember we tried to do 4 of us playing at the same time?
5.
God, wasn't that
Why did we have 5
impossible?
playing at the same time?
Imagine it.
Oh no, I won't.
Imagine 50,000. Yeah, exactly. So, you're all in different positions and different perspectives.
Yes.
But you're all seeing pretty much a complete 360 of the events that went down on that fateful night at Henkel Jenkel's White Castle. Leluin pulls up, the crowd cheering as some of the centaur guards nearby are cutting down thuggish gangsters. Leluin gets out of his carriage.
Does one of the thuggish gangsters have a hand axe?
He does. He's the last one left who's fending off their spears with a hand axe. He throws it at one of the centaur guards, and the centaur guard puts his shield up, slams into the shield, he picks it out, he walks over to the man, beats him down with the shield, and hatchets him to death inside of a fluffy toy market stall.
Do you get the kill from that?
I think I get some of the XP. Which I'm up for.
Seems
Give it in my hand.
seems legit to me.
And there's a cheer from the crowd. Leluin, who gets out, he's got a couple of elven spear guards with him. He gets out. There's another circle of guards around the carriage.
How big are those spears?
They're not too big, actually.
Yeah.
More about flexibility and distance, it looks like.
Are they bigger than the spears I might have seen?
Yeah, bigger than
They're
those.
huge then.
Yeah, well... So...
We've all had such separate adventures.
Well, two of you had.
Yeah, I really had an adventure.
Who are you?
I just stood out here by the tobacconist.
Yeah, it's nice. So Leluin gets out. Henkel Jenkel beckons him. Leluin, come on up! The crowd roar and
Is that
cheer.
on the loudspeakers?
That is through the voice trumpets. It echoes out through the castle in the VIP area. It booms out across the crowd. Quite a big crowd, quite a raucous crowd has collected now. Leluin steps up to the pagoda lift that we're all familiar with. He walks in and sits on the stone seat, and the pagoda begins to rise.
Oh, Lance.
Let's see if it pulls it off.
It rises up. It rises up. Henkel Jenkel is shouting at jibes to random members of the crowd. It rises. It's halfway there. Goes up 3/4 of the way there. It goes up 4/5 of the way there. And as Jenkel walks along the balcony and beckons Leluin on, "Welcome, my elvish friend." The lift shudders and stops.
Ooh, he's done
4/5
something.
of the way.
Oh, that's quite high.
Jenkel looks back. The crowd's gone a bit silent, gone a bit quiet. Jenkel's talking to some of his aides. He turns back, and some of the aides have brought out a ladder. And they move the ladder down over the balcony. And as they put the ladder over the balcony, another shudder.
Oh, Lance. Oh, you cheeky weasel.
The entire castle wall gives way. It's a
Whoa,
pagoda.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Sorry,
whoa.
the whole castle wall.
Yeah, where the whole of the lift structure is, that whole thing begins to give way. The weight of the lift begins to fall, and as it does, you smash at every single bump 1/5 of the way up. So 4/5 of the way up, 3/5 of the way up, the top of the lift wall rips out, 2/5 of the way up, the lift turns and heads straight into the moat, and there is a gaping wound in the side of the castle wall.
That's quite exciting.
That's very
Inside
exciting.
is a darkish blue hue of light,
What?
which your passive insight would tell you that you knew about, Locke.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Because it's opened up the wall. So
You hear a really,
yes.
really quiet but very loud voice go, 773 motherfuckers!
And then with that, there is a loud and echoing crash of the lift hitting the wall to the pagoda structure.
and chomping.
And if some of you are closer than others, they may be able to look down and see a crocodile party as a debt is semi-paid.
Crocodile party. Enough said.
And that was the events that happened on that fateful night.
Okay.
Well played, Key. You were amazing.
Go home then. Am I the only survivor of this?
And what else?
I don't know. Who's next? Back to splitting up the party!
What a douche!
Oh, well, I've got a plan now.
You've got to make sure he's dead.
That's not what Key was told to do when that fell down.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure he's going to be dead. Well, I guess it depends how powerful he is.
Right, I'll go and check. Well, maybe I'll go and check that.
I think we have to go to Lance back again.
Right. Headphones back on again.
See you later, guys! So, from Lance's point of view,
Oh yeah, it's all gone swimmingly, eh?
Lance can now
Excuse the
see, rather than this blue hue of light that was filling up this engine cog room, the wall is ripped through. There is shuddering through the platform, which he is now on the very top platform.
Yes, like.
The platform stays stable as the gaping hole doesn't reach the ceiling, and you can see a giant crowd gasping and screaming, and you can see beautiful moonlight.
Sorry, do I think that I'm on view?
No, you don't think so.
Right. Shame! Oh, shame! As I look down at can I see into the moat from my angle?
Yes, so you could see into the moat from your angle. You can make out there is movement of crocodiles swimming through this recently smashed in pagoda lift.
Right. Eggman. Oh, shit. What was the crocodile about eggs called?
Eggy, sir.
Eggy doll, we'll get back to you, eh? I know I owe you a. Animal speak on.
Yeah.
I know I owe you a favour still, eh?
Yeah, okay. Wonderful.
Actually, no, my voice probably can't carry that far, can it? It was around about how far up? About
You're-
60, 70 foot up?
Yeah, you're 80 foot in the air from the moat.
I don't know
Yeah.
how far I can shout crocodile. I'd have to shout it pretty loud.
You would be shouting quite loud. Do you want to shout it?
But it'd be in crocodile, so...
Yeah, so that would be like, oh, that's...
Yeah, no, I want to shout it.
Okay, so you shout away.
Eat up, boys, eh? Do I hear anything back?
You hear you hear back, that's only one.
Yeah, all right, like bit by bit, eh?
Yeah, this is good down Paymont.
Yeah,
Only one though.
yeah. If I let you in, eh? To eat all the people in here, how about you don't eat me?
Yeah, that's a good deal. That's the deal we originally had.
Can I roll an insight to see if they're still going to hold to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
14 plus 3, 17.
You think that if you clearly show the crocodiles you could give them some food, they're pretty
Well, actually-
happy with that. But if you've got more, they're going to follow what you
Yeah,
want.
is he? By the way, is he definitely eating, eh?
Yeah, Big Crack got him.
Yeah, I was pointy ears, eh?
Oh yeah, they were delicious.
All right, good job, big crack. Right, I'm at the top of this thing. How much of the platforms are they all? Are they destroyed? Because
Yeah, the middle one's wrecked now. It's just fallen out the ceiling from the
Right.
vibrations, and because it was already in pieces, that's got completely wrecked. So the bottom one, let's roll for it. So what's happened internally in this room is all the cogs have been smashed up as the girders have fallen through. The first cog it fell through fired off the wall and is smashed through the lattice behind you.
I'm so glad I got up high. I really
Yeah.
had a feeling this might happen.
So actually, you are more visible than I said. No one's.
That's on the first lattice lower down, isn't it?
No, that's the lattice goes all the way up. So it goes on the opposite side of the cogs.
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
stone wall lattice all the way up to
Oh,
the
but the
balcony
whole
level.
lattice is destroyed.
Yeah, no, but there's a massive chunk taken out. It's basically the middle section.
Yeah, but I'm right at the top.
Yeah,
aren't I?
so you're kind of fine, but people might start putting their heads in and
Fine.
looking through. And the lowest lift has had a cog fire off and completely destroyed that as well. And there's a hole smashed through to the kitchen.
So basically, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get down to lower level again. Right, my friends, you may have to wait a little bit, as I appear to be in a more when you're in danger.
Perilous.
Yes, that's a hard one to say. Right, I appear to be in a more perilous situation. Oh God, that really is very hard to say.
Just
I'm in
get your words out!
I'm in a more difficult situation than I previously anticipated. However, I will get back to you. I've given you my word.
Yep.
Right, I'd like to try and force the hole up towards the library, where the robot.
It's okay, we could get in this way! And they begin to crawl into the machine room.
Oh, the water level was at the machine room.
Well, there's wreckage in a pagoda lift there now.
Oh right.
And there's a giant hole in the wall.
Oh, great bully for you, my friend. Enjoy. Eat yourself to your fullest. Eat yourself to your fullest.
Okay. Wonderful.
In fact, have one for me.
Okay.
Oh, but no weasels, eh?
And you hear, out my way, out my way, out my way. And then you see this giant fucking crocodile moving through. They go, the big crack go fast. And big crack comes in first. And he's like a 15-foot crocodile. He's gigantic.
Right, just so you know, Big Crack, there's a poisonous weasel around. Don't eat him. Yeah? Don't eat the poisonous weasel. Very bad for you. Bad indigestion.
Don't come back here.
No, perhaps not. Right, I'm off, my friend. Nice to see you. Be seeing you nice.
Lovely. All right.
Yeah, I'd like to force the top hatch open.
Okay. Right, the top hatch is already open.
Oh, right, ripped open or...
No, it's just slid open at the moment.
in anticipation for perhaps fixing...
Potentially.
Right, roll a perception to see if there's anyone up there.
Okay, yeah.
18 plus 6.
You look out through the hatch.
Up through it.
Yeah, up through it. And 18 plus 6. And you look up.
Which is conventionally 24.
Yeah. You look up and you see in the library, and it seems very calm in there. You can see shadows moving up there.
Moving up there?
Yeah, like you can't see any people around, but you can see a silhouette of a person as a flash. You can't really hear anything, but there's something about the air that's not right.
Right. So have I put my head up, or am I looking up and looking at what's...
Yeah, I've had you just peeking through the hatch, so you're not like got your head up like, "Ugh!" But you're peeking through the hatch, so like with one eye looking through.
Right, well, if I'm peeking up, I better duck back down.
Yeah.
To go...
Good.
Peeking
Good.
duck. Yeah?
Yeah.
No?
I
Inspiration
suppose
point?
it's fine.
No?
Yeah.
Do I think that the platform that I'm on will still move?
Yes.
As in towards the trellis area?
Towards the lattice?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that
Because I mean,
it's on the railing, so it should be able to move towards the lattice to some degree.
Because I appear to only have a couple of options. I jump out through the hole into the moat.
Yeah.
Although all the crocodiles are
How
in
much health do you have again?
4.
Yeah. Okay.
Although all the crocodiles are gone, they've got the lattice work, or there's whatever's going on up there. Right.
And we will leave you here.
Yes. Right.
And we move away from there and go up to Locke.
How exciting.
Locke, you've just seen the scene develop in front of you.
I have.
What's your thoughts? This is gargantuan. This is like
I mean, this is...
destruction on an epic medieval scale that is not
I'm
normally seen.
thinking that Lance was a good addition to our team. That's what I'm
Maybe
thinking.
it seems that way, but who knows what went down in that room?
Well, I'm quite impressed by his work so far.
Who knows? So as you watch this mage figure, Vivian, who's walked past you, as soon as it happens, she looks over. The lift smashes, debris, smoke, screaming, bellowing from the crowd, gasping. You can hear Jenkel immediately slap all these voice trumpets shut and turn round. What the fucking hell is going on? He's going on a tirade downstairs on the balcony below, and you can lean over and see him shouting away. Vivian runs who went inside as this whole lift thing smashed in. So she went inside this wooden thing.
Yeah.
She's popped out, and you can see her pop out. She's gone back in, and then she's come out again to the two guards and calls you over.
So she's called the two guards and me
Yeah.
over. Okay.
I
go over.
She says, "Right. I can hear him. He's in the machine room. He's trying to sneak into the library. I've got 2 mages hidden in there. I need some of you guards to come with me and to capture this little fucking monster. We're going to make him pay. One of you needs to go down with Jenkel and make sure he's safe in case someone comes back round."
I'll stay with Jenkel. And I move quickly to go.
"We're going to cut this little shit to pieces. I've seen he's a goblin. He won't live long."
So I'm going towards Jenkel.
So what's going through your head when that?
Well, Lance has done his job. Great stuff. And he can turn into a weasel, so I'm sure he'll be fine. And
what if he's used all his weasel powers? He's got limited amount.
I'm sure he's going to be fine.
So stay on the mission.
Yep.
Okay.
So I go to Jenkel,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming I'm the only guard around.
Yeah. So she says, "Fine, go with Jenkel. Keep him safe." And they run back into this wooden library that's on top of the building. She motions for you to go downstairs.
So yeah, I go down the stairs to Jenkel.
Okay, so you go downstairs. You see these big double doors, which seems like the room that Jenkel's balcony kind of comes out of.
Okay.
There's these big double doors with two guards on. You saw two guards on previously. Now there are no guards on those doors.
Okay.
There's pandemonium in the VIP area. Everyone's shocked. A lot of people are pooling around the other end, the other end of the room from where you went. It's this, and the other end of the room from you, there was a big lattice work.
Yeah.
Like there was these beautiful cherry blossoms weaved in and out of the lattice, much like you've seen before. And they all seem to be going up the lattice and gasping and shouting and talking over that end of the room.
Okay. And what's Jenkel doing?
You haven't got in the room that he's in yet.
Oh, okay.
So these you're on the mezzanine level, and there are these double doors. There were guards on them before, but they aren't anymore.
Okay. Well, I'm heading towards Jenkel.
You head in. You open the doors. There are two guards there and four servants. One of the well-dressed servants you saw on stage before, and none of them know what to do. Jenkel is just screaming and shouting at everyone. The other servant says that the Ferris brothers, they were the best that we had. How could their machine fail like this? Don't you understand? It's a bloody inside job. Someone here's fucked this all up. And they're just going all off. Jenkel there is spitting and screaming venom at all the people there.
Okay. And sorry, you said so there are two guards with Jenkel.
Yep.
And there are four
servants.
servants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just aides. They don't look like low-level weights.
And it's a closed room? Or?
Well, if you close the doors, it is. So this is actually looks like his bedroom. There's a massive four-poster bed. There's a glass cabinet which has an original kind of white armor, really ornate white armor, like that's his style. And then there's a couple of big closets on the other side of the room, and there's shutters which are now open out onto this massive balcony. Now you can see this massive balcony where he is.
Okay. What do I think about the guards? Do they look quite strong potentially?
They look as strong as the other guards
that I already killed.
Yeah, they're not centaur guards. It's not Samuel's, the head of the guards. It's like normal guards.
Okay. But they probably look like personal guards for Jenkel.
They just look like the same normal guards. You know from before that the guards Jenkel keeps around are his guys, but in terms of fighting experience, like you wouldn't have thought that meant they were much worse.
Okay, fine. And the servants are just kind of milling around while Jenkel's shouting and screaming.
Yeah, it's something like, "So we have to get you away. What if it is an inside job? They could be after you next."
And the guards are just standing there listening, or are they interacting with Jenkel?
No, they're just. One of them's walked over to the balcony, is looking from the balcony at the massive hole in the castle.
Okay. But right next to the window.
Yes, he's at the balcony looking over. The other one's next to Jenkel, just kind of shadowing him.
Okay. Okay. Has anyone noticed me come in or anything?
No, there's so much pandemonium.
Are there any other exits?
Nope,
the other ways?
yours is the only one. There's big double doors.
Okay.
Balcony.
Is this window big enough to perhaps push someone out of it?
Yes. What? There's a massive balcony.
Oh, okay, fine.
It's the massive balcony he gives his whole speech from.
Okay.
With all the
but
voice
it
trumpets
would
and
be
stuff.
probably quite obvious if I was to push the guard out of the window.
Yeah, from everyone in the crowd, they
Yeah.
can see a guard walk along the edge and push another guard.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that would look a bit weird. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Jenkel and say, "Sir, we're under attack. We need to get you to safety now."
Okay. Do roll a deception.
Okay. I might have got a 1.
You got 1.
Yeah. I got a 1 plus 6, 7.
He's one of them. He's here to kill me too. I know. Look at It's evil eyes! And the guard on the balcony turns into the room and runs in, and the other guard goes between you and Jenkel. And the one that runs in says, "Guard, give us your name. Where's your billet tickets?"
My name's Smythe. I was told to come down and protect Jenkel by Vivian. There's trouble all over the castle. We need to move quickly.
I know Smythe. He's a dragonborn.
That's the other Smythe.
Okay, roll a deception.
Damn it. I should. Oh, fuck's sake! I got a 1. I got a 1 plus 6.
This guard backs off slightly, and he nods to the other guard. And the other guard moves away from Jenkel and begins to circle you, trying to go round to the double doors.
Okay. Where am I and where is everyone right now?
So
Can I get to the double doors before they do?
Yeah, so he's it's the largest room, so he's trying to circle. He's just kind of he's looking at you, and he's kind of like just walking around slowly. So you and him are probably at the same distance to the double doors, and the other one's kind of by Jenkel.
Okay.
And Jenkel's like between you and the balcony.
Okay, so the only exit is through those double doors. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to.
Well, there's a balcony as well if you want to be creative.
But like in terms of going out the balcony, there's no one else nearby the balcony. I mean, the crowd can see.
Yep.
But apart from that,
Yep.
that's it.
What do you mean?
So what I mean is, this is an enclosed room apart from the balcony and these double doors.
Yeah.
So even if I were to close the double doors, I mean, the balcony, he can get there, but there's no one there.
There's no extra one to help.
Yeah, exactly. There's no one nearby me because everyone's left. Am I right in assuming that?
How do you
Vivian and
mean?
the guards left.
Yeah,
so
you
there's
saw
no one
Vivian
on the
go
roof.
upstairs. A lot
Yeah.
of guards are running away, spread out. As far as you're concerned, yeah, the only people in this immediate area are these 2 guards, these 4 servants, and Jenkel and you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw... I have a bag of ball bearings, okay? I'm going to throw them on the floor in front of me, but away from me because I'm going to attack the guard who's closest to the doors.
So kind of between the guard, Jenkel, and all the other servants, you're dropping... Are you trying
So
to do it stealthily?
Yes, I'm trying to
Okay.
do it stealthily, but if I'm not stealthy... It's more important that I throw them
yeah.
at the right direction than it is being
Roll a
stealthy.
sleight of hand for me.
Okay. 18!
Okay.
Wait a minute. Plus 9,
Okay, good.
which is 27.
And are you going to attack the guard that's trying to get round you?
Yeah,
Who's
the one who's edging
yeah,
towards the door.
He's edging
yes.
towards the door.
Yeah, I'm going to attack him.
So I'll let you have... well, actually, let's roll for initiative.
Okay, sure. So I got 17 plus 3, 20.
Okay. Now, they had pretty... I mean, both... It seems like a pretty tense situation. They had a very good initiative as well.
Oh, shit. I thought
But
I
you
had a
beat them.
Oh,
You beat
because
them.
I was like, woo!
Yeah. So what happens
They were
is...
like, woo!
Good.
And he was like, woo!
Rolls to attack.
Okay. Oh, come on. Honestly, what the fuck? 1. Why do I keep getting 1s?
Yeah, that's quite a lot of odds. I think it's because your trade's a bit wonky.
Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, I'm going to move it over here.
Alright.
Not happy about that. Oh, I'm doing something.
So, roll those 2 dice for me.
Oh, okay.
Roll 1 first.
Anyone or
Yeah, either one first. What'd you get?
7?
7. Roll the next one.
0.
Very lucky.
Really?
Yeah. So you botched. How are
Oh
you?
yes, I did shit. Yeah.
So you could have gone really wrong there, but you've got 7. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is that in a amazing 12 of a movement, you kind of bring out your sword from hidden away at your hip.
Yeah.
You bring it out, do a jumping twirl through the air while you're twirling. People don't see, but you've dropped this bag of ball bearings between you and the other guard, and you land a strike down on the guard that was trying to edge past you. He brings his sword up to block, though, right?
Yep.
So he blocks your attack as you
Okay.
spiral in. Okay? Then he's going to swing his sword up and follow you with an attack, if I had a dice for it. And he brings his sword up. He's been pushed off balance by you, and he swings it wildly in the air and botches as well.
Oh, thank
he never even
goodness.
gets the swing off. The other one runs up behind you. He runs along, He runs up full speed behind you, pulling his sword out, gets right behind you, his feet flip up in front of him, and he pile drives himself into the floor with on his back with a massive thwack. You're now in front of you is a guard that's standing, and there's a guard behind you as well, and it's your turn.
But the guard behind me is on the floor?
He's on the floor, which means you get advantage if you attack him.
I'm going to attack the guard on the floor.
Okay, go for it. Roll away.
Okay. I got a 12 plus 6, 18.
Okay, roll up damage for it.
Sure. Okay, and I got a 5 plus 3, 8.
8. So, again, with a twirling pirouette, you pirouette round and to the point where you've turned, you're above, and you've kind of motioned your sword in a swinging figure of 8 motion and brought it down into the chest of the guard that's on the floor. He kicks back at you, and you're pushed off, but he's got a massive gaping bloody hole in his chest.
Okay.
You can use your other actions.
So yeah, I have cunning action, so I'm going to take my second action to disengage from like both guards, so I'm facing front.
What's facing front me? Where do you want?
So like towards the door.
Yeah.
Like, but as
You've
in,
moved towards the door, but you're facing them.
So
still.
so my back is
Okay.
toward the door, so I can't be attacked from the back.
So again, how does Locke fight? Is he quite a dirty like?
Oh yeah, so he's already thrown the ball bearings.
Yeah.
That's an example of the kind of fighting he'll do. He'll throw tricks and dive in and out. He doesn't really want to get involved in like one-on-one fighting.
Right. So as your turn ends, and you've gone to disengage, the guard that's on the floor has moved away from you while he's on the floor and got up, so he's near the servants and Jenkel now. And the guard that's to your side, as you disengage, he swings to attack you. But you adeptly duck and swivel and pivot under his sword and end up in the position you said, where you're by the door facing them.
Okay.
The one that's hurt gets up again, and now it's you. So yeah, they both taken their action. One took a swing at you and missed. The other one crawled away and stood up.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to attack the one who is not weak now.
Okay. So they're both kind of moved up together with each other again.
Okay.
So you're going to attack the one who hasn't had any damage.
You know what? I'm going to attack the one who's weak now, because they're together, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll attack the one who's weak.
Okay, go for it. Roll.
Okay. So 18 plus 6, 24.
24, nice. Okay, roll up some damage.
Yep, okay. I got an 8. That was a waste. An 8 plus 3, 11.
Lovely. So you've gone, you've kind of whipped your rapier up in the air, and you've gone for a swipe towards the. There's one who's a half orc actually. It has a bit of a resemblance to your brother. He's the one that hasn't been stabbed in the chest.
Okay.
You swing down at him, but the last second you feint. The orc like cowers back and holds his sword up in the air, and you feint and you bring your sword. You twist your wrist and you thrust it to the side, adjacent to the other guard, and it goes through his neck.
Okay.
His arms go limp. His sword drops to the ground. You pull the sword out, and his body falls backwards. The servants start screaming and running for the door.
Okay. Second action? Can I take? Or no?
Two of the servants run for the door, and they both fall over the ball bearings and start scrabbling on the ground and can't get up again.
Okay.
The last guard there, he takes a swing at you, and he gets 15. It's going to be good, this one. 18 versus your AC.
Yep, that's a hit. 14 armor class, AC.
Okay. So he hits at your rapier. You manage to smack his sword hit away as he goes down. So you kind of parry it by whacking it out of the way. But as you whack out of the way, you've done it with so much force. You've turned on the spot, exposing your back, and he elbow smashes you in the back of the head.
Okay. I should probably mention that I'm using evasion as well.
Oh, what's that mean?
I have evasion, so you can use your reaction to take only half damage from an enemy you can see.
Lovely. So you want to use that?
Yeah, I'm definitely
Of course
using
you. So he goes to elbow you in the back of the head. He thinks he's connected, and you actually duck. And as you duck, he swings. He's tried to elbow you with a front elbow. As he ducks, he brings it back with the hilt of his sword, and he hits you in the gut. A lot better than being hit in the back of the head.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And as you get hit in the gut, you also kind of dart backwards, so you kind of absorb the hit, and you only
Okay.
take 2 damage. Or 1 damage, actually.
One.
Let's do with you with 1.
Okay.
Okay, so you both are looking locked on each other's eyes. This half-orc, which looks remarkably like your brother.
Okay.
And he's panting, breathing heavily, with his mouth agape, and you can see those orcish teeth in his mouth. You both are kind of pacing round each other, but you keep on moving to cut him off from the door, I'm supposing.
Yeah. So is he trying to head towards the door?
No, at the moment, he's just trying to size you up. You're locked in combat.
And what about the 4 servants? What are they doing at the moment?
2 of the servants are still scrabbling to get up. They've run and they've fallen, and then they're still trying to stand up over all these kind of... there's clear marbles, I've had them as, so they're kind of hard to see, and they keep on scrabbling over them.
Okay. Are they nearby?
They're close to you, 2 of them. Yeah.
I would like to... so, just to understand. So, Jenkel is in the corner, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. The guard is in front of him.
Yeah, the guard's with you. The servants are in front of him, and then the guard's in front of the servants, and you're between the guard and the door.
Oh, okay, so I'm very close to the door. Okay, cool.
That's what you said you wanted.
Yeah, no, sure, that's fine. Because I want to be near the door to stop anyone who does try to get to the door.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attack the guard again.
Okay. So you go for another attack, roll it up.
Yep. I got a 14 plus 6, 20.
Okay, you thrust with a lunge, you rapier forward. He isn't able to bat it away in time. The rapier is a thin blade that goes right through any kind of defence. You're thrusting, not swinging. Roll up damage.
I got a 3 plus 3, 6.
6. So as he thrusts through, it goes right through his sword, and it skims the side of his head, and it cuts through his cheek and cuts into his ear, and rips his ear in two. You can see blood coming out. He stumbles back holding his ear. There's blood's pouring through his hand for the wound he's trying to hold kind of in place and together.
Okay.
He lets out a scream. Guards! He's in here!
Okay.
You can see the look in his eye. It's a look of a scared creature
Good.
looking at his own demise.
Okay.
He goes to swing a sword at you. He's wild, but he's frantic and he's missing. He's swinging wildly and none even come close. You're barely having to dodge.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm going to attack him again.
Go for it.
Obviously. 12 plus 6, 18.
Okay, as he's swinging wildly, he pulls back for a massive power attack. Roll your damage.
5 plus 3, 8.
He's swinging wildly, and you wait for just the right moment where he massively overextends himself. He lunges an overhead strike at you. You just turn and shift out the way, and he's bent down on his knees in front of you because he's overextended himself so much off balance. He's on his knees, scrabbling to get up, his back and his head completely open to a saw blade that's pointing. You jab your sword through, thrusting downwards, and it looks like it has no resistance as it goes through his neck. And the sword goes through to the floor and pings as it hits the floor. And then you pull the sword out.
Okay.
Another dead guard at your feet. Okay. You have the room with
Wonderful.
some servants that are screaming and Jenkel. Listen. Jenkel's at the back. He's panting. He's panicked. Listen. I have so much money to give you. Things you can't imagine. I can make the rest of your life. I didn't want to work with Sneedle. I didn't want to. But, we've got to survive. You have to survive. This is what you're doing to survive. I gotta survive too.
So do I think he looks quite scared now? Is he perspiring a lot?
Yeah.
The
makeup is running on his face. He has this white makeup over this. He's still in this knight's helmet with this wig of grapes that flows out of the top of his knight's helmet.
Okay. The door, is it locked or is it just closed?
It's just closed.
Okay. And the servants?
They're still in the room in between you. They're getting scared, and one of them has gone out on the balcony and appears to be trying to climb off the balcony.
Okay.
And 3 of them are kind of at the back of the room.
Okay. I'm going to go to the door, and I'm going to lock it.
Okay, you're going to have to roll a sleight of hand to try and lockpick it.
Okay, sure. 18 plus 9.
You very quickly
So
lock it,
27.
and as you lock it, you see the door handle trying to open it. Jenkel! You in there? We heard a shout.
Okay.
Is everything fine?
And
And Jenkel looks at you with his mouth open.
I make a signal where I put my finger across my throat and then put my finger in front of my lips to signal.
Silence.
Yeah, be quiet, or I'm gonna kill you.
Everything's fine in here. And he grabs 2 serpents and he shakes them. Everything's fine. Just stay outside and guard me.
And do I hear any more sound, or what?
Yeah, and through the door he goes, okay, sir, we'll stay out here.
Okay, and what about the servant on the balcony?
He's gone. You can't see where he's
Oh, he's just.
You can't see. He's gone to try and go climbing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore him. So the 3 servants are sitting quietly?
Yeah.
Or- Okay, fine. I'm going to go over to Jenkel,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put the. I'm gonna.
That's where we're going to leave. You're
Oh
walking
no!
over to Jenkel.
No,
As
it's
you walk over to
interrogation
Jenkel,
time.
We're seeing out on the balcony the crowd out there. Still a lot of silence. Not too much movement. Still some screams and gasps. General hush chit chat. Stunned. And we pan over that crowd as we go to someone else.
Oh, is it?
Well, we don't know. You got to piss off and I can talk to him.
I want to interrogate. Oops, I'm losing dice here.
Hi.
We zoom over the crowd and we go to a half-orc dressed in a guard's uniform.
It's me.
Is it? It's Mario.
Last. Key. Time to shine.
Key, what?
Nice turn.
Yes, it is. Piss off. You're not allowed to be on the podcast anymore. It's right. It's Key.
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 Yes.
So, Key, you've seen all this happen in front of you. This lift smashing down and the wall being ripped out from the
Has
castle.
everyone run over?
Yeah, tons of people are running over. There's lots of guards running over. There's lots of screaming. People are shocked into silence. They can't believe what's happening. The first thought you have in your brain subconsciously is, "Oh, Mum won't ever be able to ride on the lift."
That is devastating.
Yeah,
That is true. But is anyone throwing ropes down or going down to try and
not
save
not
them?
yet, not yet.
Okay, I'm going to watch to see if anyone tries to do that.
How close are you gonna get into the distance so you can hear?
Yeah. And I'll join
Okay.
the crowd pushing forward.
So you can hear 2 guards. A couple of the guards are standing up on the stone wall.
Right.
And they're looking down, and one is holding on, but he's looking over the gap which the lift used to live in, and used to be at. And when the lift is moving up, they often shut it. They kind of pull the railing across, so he's kind of leaning over the railing.
I jumped where that railing was meant to be.
And you can hear, and you can hear them say, "I don't understand. It's just full of crocodiles. Crocodiles are normally scared off by this stuff. Yeah, but it's full of them. It's smashed to pieces, and it's full of crocodiles."
Okay, so no one's... The chance of anyone living in there are...
You go down. I'm not going down.
Okay,
I can see that massive one. That 15-footer's there.
it's very specific. I look at that
It's-
crocodile.
Yeah.
Does it seem to be in charge of the crocodiles?
When you look, you can hear the as much as crocodiles, they make hissing and whacking sounds. The crocodiles are hissing and whacking. So some of them are there ripping something apart inside the lift bit. But the lift is already submerged, right? It's
Right.
half submerged. You don't know what they're ripping apart in there.
Right.
And you can, but one of the crocodiles is standing on top of the lift, the lift which is on its side,
Right.
the pagoda that's smashed into the
Is
moat.
this the 15-footer?
No, this isn't the 15-footer. One of them is just standing there, and it's looking, as much as crocodiles can look up, into the massive hole, and it's hissing and whacking its tail down, hissing at the hole. And then back from the hole, there's hissing and whacking as well. Like a whack of some metal thing and hissing coming back.
So the crocodiles got in there. This is not... Key wouldn't work anything out. Right, I'm not going to start thinking about it too much,
Okay.
because even if I work out, that's not fair on Key, because Key's not going to be able to know. Right, Key's just going to look round, point to the tobacconist and starts walking towards the tobacconist.
As you do, you see the one crocodile that's hissing, because you kind of move away, but you're still looking across as you're going round.
I'll be glancing back at that crocodile, hissing at a hole.
He immediately jumps off the platform and moves out of the way as this giant, huge crocodile comes out from the submerged part of the lift, and the crocodile climbs up on top of the lift, makes a little hop and scrabbles and gets inside the massive gaping hole of the castle wall.
Okay, so crocodiles are now in the castle.
Yeah, and as he goes, the other crocodiles begin to follow.
Right. Either Lance wants that to happen, or Lance is in so much trouble, and I can't work out which. And that really... Is that my business? Really like Lance.
Well, I'll tell you what, someone else in the podcast has asked this question. He gave a very definitive answer.
Oh, Locke didn't like Lance. Oh my lord, how do I get down there and in there? Right, because I don't know my way around the castle at all.
When you see them going, you can see that there are a few gaping holes in the other side of this big room. There's a lattice structure higher up in the big room where there's been a massive hole smashed through, and you can see inside to the VIP area. You can see all the way into the castle, and on the bottom floor there's a hole going through to the kitchen, and the crocodiles are going through there, and it's turned into absolute panic in there. As the big crocodile launches through the gap and starts eating kitchen staff. You can actually see them being eaten.
Right, well, I think it's time to get in the castle.
Oh!
And so, if they're going in the building, Lance is in trouble. If Lance is in trouble, then Locke is in trouble, and Key has to save them.
Key's got to save them.
So, I think it's time to go and jump onto the pagoda.
Maybe. Well, you know there are other ways in, and
Yeah,
don't you?
but they're not quick. This seems like the quickest way in.
Potentially.
So I run up to the guards and I go, I'm going to go and try and save whoever's in there. Hold this rope. I tie a rope around me and I hand it to him.
You go, you're a madman. You're a brave madman.
I've done it before. And I leap off. Am I rolling things?
You will. Next episode.
Oh, motherfucker!
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.